Well, good evening, y'all, and welcome back to Apron Strings. I have a special occasion today in my house. It's April's middle boy, Richard, turned 20 yesterday. So I asked him if he wanted me to make a birthday supper and what he wanted for the meal. He said, "Oh, Nana, there's too many choices. You cook too much good stuff. Let me think about it." I knew what he wanted for dessert. And it's something that I've done a video when I first did my channel, but I'm going to video it for y'all, but it'll come out after this one. But he decided that he wanted sour cream enchiladas and some side dishes. So I'm going to do some carrots. And we always love the bacon wrapped green beans for holidays. But I found a recipe for unwrapped bacon wrapped green beans. So I'm going to make him they call it crack green beans, but it's just the same thing. It's just they're unwrapped. They have the same ingredients in them. And then you cook them at 350 for I think 30 or 40 minutes. But I've got just about everything ready. You have to cook about 12 slices of bacon till it's crisp, and then you want to cut it or break it. So you'll have your bacon, you know, usually they're wrapped in bacon, and you cook them till that bacon gets crisp. Then we're going to make the sauce that you pour over them. And normally when I make the bacon wrapped, I let them marinate, sometimes overnight. But these, you just go ahead and stir that in them and put them in the oven, and they're ready before too long to eat. So I'm going to get these ready for our meal this afternoon. April and Lauren will be coming back. You know, Lauren's at A&M again. And so they'll be coming in and get here about 7:30, and we'll have our meal. But I'm going to start right now, and it's 2:30, so I've got plenty of time. But I wanted to share with y'all this recipe in case y'all like those bacon wrapped green beans good as we do. You can unwrap the little fellers, and they're just as good. So I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm doing, and we'll get them made and in the oven, and I'll have this part of the supper out of the way. Now I need to, let me get something to mix my mixture in. I forgot to do that. Okay, we need to mix 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce and 2/3 cup of brown sugar. Now that right there, those two is what gives it that awesome flavor. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of blend that a little bit. And I melted 1/4 of a cup of butter. And y'all know I use real butter. That's good stuff. And we need 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. And I guesstimated on that second part. And I'll stir that in, and then I'm going to stir in my melted butter. And this is the dressing or the sauce or the marinade or whatever you want to call it. Just call me when it's on the table and ready to scoop some on my plate. I'm going to taste of that. Tastes just about right, folks. Okay, now what you do, let me get this out of the way, that's what you do. You take your green beans, and I've used 5 cans of cut green beans, and you drain them really well. Then you want to toss your bacon in with your green beans, and I'm just going to use my hands so I can get it all in and amongst the beans. Because that's going to give it that bacon wrap flavor, because it's got real bacon in it. And once you get that all mixed up, you go wash your hands, and then you put the sauce on them. I'll be right back. There's always some of it that wants to hop right out of the pan and just do its own thing. Okay, let me put this over, and then I'm going to toss it a little bit more. Get all that sauce out of there. why I like to use a spatula, because you can scrape it clean, that thing. And then I'm just gonna just lift them and toss them till I can try to get that flavor on all of them so that every little piece will taste good. I know a lot of times you always have one or two of those that you wrap in the bacon that falls apart. And that's when it's fun to be the cook, because you get to taste of them ahead of time. Okay, I'm going to get my oven heated to 350, and we cook them for about 40 minutes, and I'll come back and show y'all what they look like. It didn't tell me cover or not, but I cover the others for a while and then I uncover them. So I'm probably going to cover them with foil for the first 20 minutes, then I'll uncover them and let them cook. But I'll be back in just a little bit and let y'all see what they look like. And I know those kids are going to enjoy them. Okay, I got them out of the oven, and they're still very hot, but I was going to show you. See that juice that's coming up there? When you put them on the plate, you put a spoon of that over them, and I'm telling you, it tastes almost just like the ones that you wrap in bacon. They're so easy and such a delicious side dish, and it makes the occasion a little more festive to have something special. I just love fixing supper for my grandbabies and my kids, and especially when they've told me what they wanted and it's a birthday celebration. Now the side dish I'm going to make besides this is the glazed carrots, and all I do is open up my canned jars of glazed carrots and add some butter to them. And I'll try to remember to link the video below where I canned those glazed carrots, because you can just cut up your own carrots and put some juice over them, cook them till they're soft, and drain some of the water off. And then you want to add some brown sugar and some cinnamon and a little bit of white sugar to them, and a dash of salt, and that'll make your glazed carrots, and they are scrumptious. Now when I canned them, I put a little orange juice in the glaze, and you could do that if you wanted to. But look at the recipe for where I canned them, the link will be below, and you can make that glaze up and then just put it on carrots, but don't can them, or can them if you want to. So I've got some more things I've got to get ready for supper tonight, and y'all will see the videos, but you're not going to see it all at one time. I like to stretch it out. So I'm going to finish making what I'm going to make and get my dessert done, and I'll be back in 1 or 2 days, and y'all can see another dish and another dish, and wish you was here at the party. Hope y'all are getting you some stuff together. I had to run to the store today to pick up a few things to go with supper tonight, and lots of stuff was like $1 higher than it was 2 weeks ago. I just don't know what folks are going to do. So if you have any extra that you can buy at today's price, you might ought to do it, because I hadn't heard them say a thing about wages going up. All they're talking about is that groceries are going to go up if they're available. So don't waste your pennies, extra pennies right now on frivolous stuff. Put it on food, because who knows, by Christmas we might not can be able to afford anything at the store. So all of you that eat out all the time, you might start practicing cooking at home and buying you some extra food with that eat out money, because I think you're going to need it. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. Gather your family around the table. It don't have to be a birthday. You can make any day special. Fix their favorite dish. Fix them a dessert. Put the cell phones down. Sit down at the table together and share, eyeball to eyeball, and open your mouth and talk instead of texting, and make some memories. You learn a whole lot like that. When you get people talking, they find out it's fun, and they just share with you, and that makes life sweet. When I was growing up, we didn't bring anything to the table with us but our own wit and wisdom. And I think that our world, our society has lost a whole lot by not having family meals and being there for each other and listening and having somebody to lean on and somebody to share your joy and your tough times with. So if you can't change the world, but you can change your house. So if you hadn't been doing that, try changing it. Have at least one meal a day around the dinner table together. and put your electronics aside and just step back in time to the good old days where families were families and they shared everything. Okay, I'll hop down off of this box because I got some more stuff to cook. Y'all have a good evening, and I'll see you in a day or two.